Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Age of Fear 3 with me, Cornish-Knight, as we dive back into the Let's Play. Right, there shouldn't be too much to do. We were getting our payment from the Endless Pouch. And now it's flickering again for some reason. I know there's just been an update that's gone through, so the update's probably done something again. This always happens, which is that you update it and the game, oh man, it's really buggy now for some reason. Lordy, I don't know why it's doing that. Right. Well, I'll just have to do what I always do, which I talk to developers and they will tell me what the issue is, and they'll probably fix it. We'll sell the Saints Warhammer because I don't really like it. Is there anything else that we want to sell? Not really. Got a whole lot of magical apples. So we'll give them to people because they're always useful to have. Still considering if I should get him dual wield or not, I don't know. I like dual would be useful because it means you'd get a lot more offensive abilities. But a raw meat diet is useful as well. Even so, the Shield of Faith is really nice. Give him the golden apple. Right. Make sure everybody has everything that we need so I don't go into the battle and forget that I have it this time. Yeah, I mean, what tends to happen is that the developers are very proactive when it comes to updating their products. So what can occasionally happen is that something gets knocked loose in the programming. So it's nothing too serious. It should be quite easily fixed, hopefully. Right, is there anything that we want? No, let's get into the main story then.
Gilrock and Finn were a bit preoccupied with mourning to notice at first, but since entering the room, a chunk of the wall had been knocked in, revealing a cave behind the rubble. Nothing unusual about that, sure, but it pretty well caught our attention after a bunch of skeletons started peeking their heads in through the gap. They were carrying these big, weird, glowy green stones. Not that we thought much of it at the time. What caught our attention was, since when do we dwarves keep pet skeletons? Well, there was not much thinking on Gilrock's side, I'll tell you that. He just jumped straight into the hole.
Okie dokie, so we're fighting the undead. So, let's see what units are going to be taking with us. Don't really want to take the werewolf. I'm not a fan of the werewolf. I mean, they're not bad units, but like I said, I'm not a fan of having lots of berserker units in an army. It becomes very hard. Well, not hard to play, but it becomes very unstable. Dang, that flickering is annoying. Nothing can be done about it, though. Not at this moment in time. So we can get another Tesla gun. Ooh, we can get battle animated armor. Excellent. Very nice. I'll grab one of those. Very nasty little units. And most of it's just basically upgrades from money. So we should be able to quite easily upgrade him. Get this guy up to snuff. It's nice to see more constructs in the game. It was one of the things I always felt the earlier games lacked in some regard, was that they lacked a lot of constructs. You had abilities that were tied to constructs, but they didn't turn up that much to justify having the ability. Right. I'll just buy everything for him. It'll cost a pretty penny to do it, but yeah, he'll be competent enough that he should be able to survive intact. Right. Man, it's glitching bad today. It can't be helped, unfortunately. Yeah, I want to take him to see how he does in battle. Okay. Gilrock, those things are coming from that there hole, he roars as he wields his axe. Oh, it's sword, technically. Wait, we need a plan, declares Finn. I'll give an excellent long-term strategy for you. Jump in the hole, smash monsters, roars Gilrock as he throws himself at the enemy. Alright, let's see what we've got. Ooh, okay, that's a lot of undead. A lot of magical users as well. I'm counting at least 6. A whole bunch. Ooh, radiating stone. This mystic green stone radiates toxic aura that can poison all living beings. It strengthens our natural ones. Ah, I see what this is. Okay. I'm going to save here because for 2 reasons. This is one of the secret endings that's in the game for those of you who are interested. I'll probably sew it off, though I might not have the right unit composition for it. If I don't have the right unit composition for it, what you need to have is that you probably will need to have a unit that, well, okay, I'll just say it this way. If you don't pick the stone in question up after the battle, what you need to do is you need to have a unit that can have steel, and then you need to pocket one of these stones from the undead, one of these radiated stones, and then you equip it to Gilrock, and it will unlock an alternative ending for your character, because he becomes a dwarf mutant, I believe, and it will give you a different ending as such. So, to my knowledge, there are a couple of other different endings in the game. There's the one if you're fighting the dryads. When you come across the humans versus the dryads, if you choose dryads, that will alter how your ending changes as well, I believe. Although I might be incorrect, developers can correct me there if I am. Right, so we've got a fireball in the middle of them.
Do you need my stuff? Yes, master.
Get all of them. Excellent. We killed off one of the mages. The abomination roars and furious flames licking around his body. My, haven't you grown? Chuckles Finn. Gilrock, do you know him? He looks like the tutor from my 6th grade, just fatter, declares Finn, smugly. Right, so we wounded one of them.
Very fine.
There's a lot of them, I will admit. This is going to be quite a slog. Plus, ooh, yeah, okay, let's realise something. They've also got mana crystals here as well, which is going to be a pain. Bunch of cracked skulls. The zombie skulls blur with weird red vines. Everybody's dead already. I like that. No morality concerns. I must admit, that is one of the benefits of fighting the undead. You don't have to be concerned about killing people. So they're all going to pop their healing potions. Potion of Venom to resist. Yeah, they're all going to be healing themselves up, which isn't such a bad thing. Right. Unfortunately, the liches are right at the back, so they won't be able to resurrect as many people. Though I will have to be careful of that mana crystal that you can see growing out of the floor, because if the undead get control of that area, they will constantly recharge themselves, so I may have to go on the offensive sooner rather than later. Especially with the one with the mana shield, because he'll just sit next to it and just absorb mana and hold his position. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Because what the AI will probably do, it will probably park it'll probably park the mage with the mana shield next to it and just constantly buff him. We killed 2, not as many as I'd hoped. Low number.
Show me. Power of rules.
Excellent, we killed off that mummy. Killed off that skeleton. As always with the undead, when you're fighting them, it's best to deal with the skeletons first, right? Even he's got the radiated stone. Problem is, I don't have anybody to have. I don't have anyone. I do have someone in my army that has that has theft or technically it's stealing, but I don't tend to use it enough to warrant bringing the character along for it. I believe it's the air elemental. Right, we've got to move him up here. You can pop your potion of heroism as well. We'll go here, kill him. I didn't want the bone golem to basically attack my normal guys because they won't be able to take the punishment. You can come up here and fill the gap. We're going to shoot him. And now I'm going to clear these crates so it gives my units a bit more maneuverability. Nice shot. Nice shot again. Right, he's already fired. Ooh, that ghoul ate one of its own dead brethren. Oh well, can't be helped. Yeah, this is what I'm worried about. Let's see what happens. Yeah, the AI is parking. The mage is right next to the mana stone. So they're gonna get buffed. It may not look may not look much, but with mana shield up, they will pretty much be impossible to get rid of. Yeah. Can he bribe the undead either?
No problem.
Yeah, let's try and toast these guys. I'm gonna probably have to push at some point.
You better give me that. No problem.
Just so I can either claim or destroy that mana stone. I really don't want especially don't want the undead liches getting hold of it because it will be an absolute nightmare if they do. Their formation is broken. Press to advantage. Roars Gilrock. Gilrock, you're not a knight. Counters Finn. Alright, destroy them all. Better. Personally, I think you don't have to be a knight to have tactics, I think.
Very
but
funny.
do
you like that?
Right, let's. Ooh.
Very funny.
Evil giant rats. Why won't you just die? Right. Yeah, we'll fire these guys again.
Of course. Lead me.
Give a good amount of damage to them.
Real.
Shoot him. Shoot the rat.
Oh, I like my rifle.
We'll crack open sarcophagus and keep pushing. I am probably going to have to push. Just realised. Gilrock, does it bother you that we're just digging up your ancestors? It's all good. The end justifies the means, declares Gilrock. Alright, no problem then. I don't understand this. Like, this is obviously isn't part of the dwarven keep. It's too full of undead for that. So they're all healing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to push. I don't see any other way around it. Because if the liches get... Well, the problem I have is that if the liches advance and they get into a position where they can stand next to the mana crystal, it's going to be a pain, because the mana crystal is immune to magic, so I won't be able to damage it with long range attacks. I'll have to get it with close range attacks. See just how much mana that thing gets back. not good. Not good at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go on the counter attack, I think. Everybody, oh, I'm gonna have Finn take all his magical doodads and supplements. Do rewind on Gunther so he's back into the land of living. I'm gonna push. Fortunately, he has additional stuff because he's now holy, so there's no percentage to hit against the undead. Plus, we get additional attacks because we rewound time. Push him up. Get there. I don't think I'll be able to use the mana stone for my own wizards, or magical users, so I'm just gonna have to destroy it, I think.
Show me.
Can he let it fall into enemy hands?
Oh, I like my rifle.
On my
Move the
way.
healer up. Probably put him a bit too close, to be honest. And they've got a lot of monsters at the back. That's going to really slow me down. If I can try and fight them in that gap they're currently in now, where they don't have access to the mana crystals, it would be good. If I could hold them there, that would be really good, because it means they wouldn't be able to draw on the power of the stupid crystals.
Your guidance. Show me.
I killed off that guy. They all got hit, which is excellent. The problem is that fireball's going to be too close to friendly lines.
Check my spells.
Right, rewind so Gunther can charge the crystal. Take it out of action. You hit that guy, or girl, depending. I mean, their skeletons is a bit hard to tell. Well, I don't say it. Actually, to be honest, it's not really that hard to tell gender with skeletons. It's relatively straightforward.
You are the dwarf.
But it's not always accurate. It's to do with like
Big enough, do ya?
measuring particular parts of the pelvis and stuff like that, and various bone densities and bits and pieces. Well, bone density is never really a thing of gender. It's mostly you measure the pelvic bones, and there are bits and pieces that they can indicate as well, like the gender, the potential gender of a skeleton, though it's not always 100%. You really need a DNA sample of the skeleton, because DNA never lies. Right, he's cursed. Right. Gunther's poisoned, a bunch of people are poisoned. It's not a huge issue. I find at this point that the wars are relatively intense healers because of all the healing potions and beer and everything that they have. Plus, I do have a cleric in the back healing people, so it's not a huge problem. Right, Gunther smacks them all about. Problem is, if we cast a fireball, we'll get most of our own guys as well, so we need to move him up.
My power is yours.
Freeze, not fantastic.
Of course. Show me.
What it will do is slow units down, it doesn't really kill them. It just drops their defense in various bits and pieces. Problem is, he's still cursed, so he won't be able to get out of that. Right, punch him. Missed. That's a pain. Right, kill him.
Incoming.
Smack this guy and we'll try and work our way around.
Reload.
I mean, even if we just kill them and the enemy resurrects them, at least the enemy is using up its mana supply resurrecting units, rather than casting spells.
Do you like an apple? Very fine.
Those guys can't get into formation, just how it is. Right, let's go. Poison isn't really an issue at this point. Yeah, see, like he's bringing the zombie back to life. That was painful though, because the mage is at full health, so that life drain is really damaging. Yeah, go on, gang up on me, why don't you? Man, there's so many big monstrous units running around. Wipe those guys out. Right, another fireball.
Do you need my
This will
staff?
force one
Check
of the
my
liches to
spells.
heal himself, or at least use his healing items. And we managed to injure the lich as well, which is nice.
Do you like an apple?
That's not particularly good.
Do you like an apple?
Well, they are undead, so they have pretty high resilience. He should be able to handle it without issue. Let's cure this guy with poison, and I just turned my unit around. Curses, I forgot that that ability did that. Oh well.
Very funny.
Hit her,
Reload.
him, or her. So it's hard to tell genders with undead, especially with mummies. Without, you know, unwrapping a mummy, technically. Right. Let's kill this person, well, this ghost.
Let's dance, lady.
Let's kill this one. Knowing the AI will start just popping them back up. There's not a huge issue. Let's see what they do. Poison's not good. He really needs to be healed. I might have taken a risk with Gunther that I shouldn't have. They dispelled the effect. That's what happened. Yeah, that's nasty. I ran the risk of actually losing Gunther there, because I'm pretty sure actually he didn't have the double damage, so he didn't have the triple damage, he would have been okay. But I got very lucky. So first things first, heal Gunther.
Should I go?
That healed him up. Keep fireballing everybody.
Magic, check my spells.
Didn't kill anyone. Managed to injure some of them, but not enough to really be happy about it. I need to remember as well that the armoured suits are constructs, so the Forge Master can actually repair them.
Come and try it. Reload. Very funny. Do you like my rifle? Oh, I like my rifle. Reload.
That won't affect them, so my Dwarf Rune Master is pretty much useless at this point in time. Right. Poison damage coming in. All these guys are healing up. Mummy's getting back up. More poison damage. Counterattack goes off. Man, this is a real slogfest of a fight. Ah, that under the construct was just too far away, unfortunately.
Magic.
Right, let's kill
Is yours.
these guys. That will get one of them to try and resurrect the Lich next turn for Saw. Let's go here, because obviously they're going to keep trying to raise units to stop my advance, so I need to kill them off now.
What you got for me?
Just slightly too far. Oh well.
Come and try it. Say hello to my accident.
Keep pounding on him. Managed to hit him. Managed to hit him. Should have thrown the stone when I had the chance. Oh well.
I'll give it in.
Can finish these guys, most of these guys off with lightning, so it's not a huge issue. We just need to push. Probably what will happen is that the enemy will pop out a resurrection on the undead Lich that's fallen because they'll want him back on side.
Go on.
Move this guy up. No point doing prayer. I'll just heal the Forge Master.
Yes?
It'd be cool if you could like heal the undead and they died, because then you would have to weigh up the options between using using your heals for your party or using it in an offensive capacity to deal with undead opponents. Yeah, they're trying to block. Right, he's dead. Rewind time. We're going to finish this off right here, right now. I'm not going to let it go another turn. Everybody has to die. Or maybe it will... Actually, I think it will go another turn, to be honest. But hey-ho. Come on. Now we killed off the mage. Ooh, and we got another attack. Man, we had loads of attacks. The power of rewinding time, eh?
Let's dance, laddie.
Killing him off, luckily. Power attack.
Say I think it's big enough
Killing
to
him
go.
off. Yeah, we'll still do one more turn. We won't get to kill off everybody this turn. That one archer is surviving.
What you got for me?
We'll get Gunther to finish him off next turn so he gets the additional experience. Because he needs XP. So there you go, Gunther. I'll give you a bone to chew on. Plus he's more likely to hit them because he's holy, so he has holy strike. But that's the end of the battle there, folks. Right. And here we're back at the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. If you have liked, as always, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can leave a comment in the comment section, and the developers will get back in contact with you, and you can look me up on Twitter or on Steam. I've been Cornish-Knight. This has been Age of Fear, and I shall see you all again next time. Goodbye.